456. A prison gets to be a friend between its ponderous face and ours, a kinsmanship express, and in its narrow eyes we come to look with gratitude for the appointed beam it deal us, stated as our food, and hungered for the same. We learn to know the planks that answer to our feet, so miserable a sound at first, nor even now so sweet, as plashing in the pools, when memory was a boy, but a demurer circuit, a geometric joy. The posture of the key that interrupt the day, to our endeavor not so real, the cheek of liberty. As this phantasm steal, whose features day and night are present to us as our own, and as escapeless quite. The narrow round, the stint, the slow exchange of hope, for something passiver, content, too steep for looking up. The liberty we knew, avoided like a dream, too wide for any night but heaven, if that indeed redeem. 457. Nature sometimes sears a sapling, sometimes scalps a tree. Her green people recollect it when they do not die. Fainter leaves to further seasons dumbly testify. We who have the souls die oftener, not so vitally. 458. She dealt her pretty words like blades, how glittering they shone, and every one unbared a nerve, or wantoned with a bone. She never deemed she hurt, that is not steel's affair. A vulgar grimace in the flesh, how ill the creatures bear. To ache is human, not polite. The film upon the eye, mortality's old custom, just locking up to die. 459. Why do I love you, sir? Because the wind does not require the grass to answer. Wherefore when he pass, she cannot keep her place. Because he knows, and do not you, and we know not, enough for us the wisdom it be so. The lightning never asked an eye wherefore it shut, when he was by, because he knows it cannot speak, and reasons not contained of talk there be preferred by daintier folk. The sunrise, sir, compelleth me, because he's sunrise, and I see, therefore, then, I love thee. 460. The Himalaya was known to stoop unto the daisy low, transported with compassion that such a doll should grow, where tent by tent her universe hung out its flags of snow. 461. We cover thee, sweet face, not that we tire of thee, but that thyself fatigue of us. Remember, as thou go, we follow thee until thou notice us no more, and then reluctant turn away to con thee over and over, and blame the scanty love we were content to show, augmented, sweet, 100-fold, if thou wouldest take it now. 462. Of being is a bird, the likest to the down, an easy breeze do put afloat the general heavens upon. It soars and shifts and whirls, and measures with the clouds, in easy, even, dazzling pace, no different the birds. Except a wake of music, accompany their feet, as did the down emit a tune, for ecstasy of it. 463. A long, long sleep, a famous sleep that makes no show for morn, by stretch of limb or stir of lid, an independent one. Was ever idleness like this, upon a bank of stone, to bask the centuries away, nor once look up for noon? 464. Without this, there is naught. All other riches be, as is the twitter of a bird, heard opposite the sea. I could not care to gain a lesser than the whole, for did not this include themself, as seems include the ball? Or wished a way might be, my heart to subdivide, 'twould magnify the gratitude, and not reduce the gold. 465. The name of it is autumn, the hue of it is blood, an artery upon the hill, a vein along the road. Great globules in the alleys, and oh, the shower of stain, when winds upset the basin, and spill the scarlet rain. It sprinkles bonnets far below, it gathers ruddy pools, then eddies like a rose away upon vermilion wheels. 466. I dwell in possibility, a fairer house than prose, more numerous of windows, superior for doors, of chambers as the cedars, impregnable of eye, and for an everlasting roof, the gambrels of the sky, of visitors the fairest, for occupation this, the spreading wide my narrow hands to gather paradise. 467. A solemn thing within the soul, to feel itself get ripe, and golden hang while farther up the Maker's ladders stop, and in the orchard far below you hear a being drop. Oh, wonderful to feel the sun still toiling at the cheek you thought was finished, cool of eye and critical of work. He shifts the stem a little to give your core a look. But solemnness to know your chance in harvest moves a little nearer every sun, the single to some lives. 468. Whole gulfs of red and fleets of red, and crews of solid blood, did place about the west tonight, as 'twere specific ground, and they, appointed creatures, in authorized arrays, do promptly as a drama that bows and disappears. 469. My garden, like the beach, denotes there be a sea, that summer, such as these the pearls, she fetches such as me. 470. That first day, when you praised me sweet, and said that I was strong, and could be mighty if I liked, that day the days among, glows central like a jewel, between diverging golds, the minor one that gleamed behind, and vaster of the worlds. 471. To make one's toilet after death has made the toilet cool. Of only taste we cared to please is difficult and still. That's easier than braid the hair and make the bodice gay, when eyes that fondled it are wrenched by decalogues away. 472. 'Tis good, the looking back on grief, to re-endure a day we thought the mighty funeral of all conceived joy. To recollect how busy grass did meddle one by one, till all the grief with summer waved, and none could see the stone. And though the woe you have today be larger as the sea, exceeds its unremembered drop, their water equally. 473. I was the slightest in the house, I took the smallest room. At night my lamp and book, and one geranium. So stationed I could catch the mint that never ceased to fall, and just my basket, let me think, I'm sure that this was all. I never spoke unless addressed, and then 'twas brief and low. I could not bear to live aloud, the racket shamed me so. And if it had not been so far, and any one I knew were going, I had often thought how noteless I could die. 474. You love the Lord, you cannot see. You write him every day, a little note when you awake, and further in the day. An ample letter how you miss, and would delight to see. But then his house is but a step, and mine's in heaven you see.